a cool background like you got.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We going live today. We got a special one today. I had to get my family to come on. Been trying to get her for wow. It's been a while. Well, yeah, this my road dog right here, man. We've been what from knee high,
Yeah, knee high to
knee
grasshopper.
high, from Sweet Home to Southwest, man.
South,
But
I'm like
yeah, we finna talk. Hmm. What's that,
I'm
cuz?
the Southwest.
Yeah. But yeah, we finna talk about this Diddy situation. He got the streets on fire, but we just gonna react to it and
No
talk
Diddy.
about it from go ahead a regular people's standpoint. You know.
Oh,
Because it's easy to say with celebrities and talk about the celebrities and stuff, but from a regular people's standpoint. So we're gonna talk about this from a general standpoint and the process of how does a person get to that point where he think it's okay. And the disclaimer: we are not condoning or making the case for Diddy innocent. He is definitely on the grill on this one. We are having a conversation about the general process on how a person becomes abusive and how a person becomes tied to a situation they feel they cannot leave. And first question is, how does a person get to the point of process to thinking it's okay to do it? I know growing up in the Southwest, you see grow up with different dudes and stuff, and I think one of the main things I've noticed is dudes who really can't articulate what they thinking or how to process the situation. If you just fought all the if you dealt with everything just fighting all the time, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that goes into your adult life and that's kind of how you handle things. But from a woman, what you think growing up.
I mean, in that situation, I think it has a lot to do with money, and I think a lot of times in poverty
Yeah.
situations, like I know girls that have took a whoopings
Yeah. Uh,
because they don't have they got self-esteem problems. They may, like they may have been in situations where their mama took beatings, so they feel like that's how
mm,
people love.
yeah.
um
Yeah.
uh a lot of them just don't have the confidence, like they, you know even if you hood rich, you rich. You know what I'm saying? If like as my brother say, if you take a girl that been getting McDonald's and take her to Chili's, even though it's not a whole big
Yeah.
lot, but if you provide
Yeah.
for them like something that they've never had, like if they've never had a stable father, if they've never had a stable relationship, and
Yeah.
then they turn around and you find somebody that's impressed by that, they might, or a
Yeah.
lot of desperate. Like I run into a lot of women, but who's the man shortage? And when you feel like it's not enough to go around, you'll tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh well, at least I got somebody, you know, because
Yeah. I
nowadays,
know for dudes though, um, sometimes you grow up seeing it, like you say, you growing up seeing it from your grandpa, seeing it from your dad, and it just almost like it translates down. You see it, and then you grow up without a dad, and you just left to your own thoughts and vices, and you kind of use physical abuse as a way of your, I guess, communication or control. I guess like
yeah,
some dudes, like they feel like they have to do that as a form of control, which is pretty whack, but and weak. But that's how some dudes. That's how they kind of came up, and that's some dudes. That's all what they saw. I don't know how Diddy. I don't know. I think it's money too. That's why I really, urge, young women don't just take money from dudes and crazy stuff like a Birkin bag. If this dude gonna give you something that's more than your salary that you would make working at a job, your general salary probably ain't worth, you know, taking. It's probably gonna put you in a crazy situation, you know what I'm saying? But I think, he met her when he was 17,
yeah.
I think.
She's moldable,
So,
grown man. I
yeah.
think woman situation, you got a grown man, and then he's splurging. You know what I'm saying? People get impressed
Yeah.
by checks.
And that's my second point. If the scenario, a lifestyle of being with somebody like Diddy, if this is one of your first experiences of dating, how do you walk away from that? Like, how do your mind even compute? Like, this is not the normal situation that everybody faces. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah,
not everybody's first dating experience. Dating somebody that's on his level. You know what I'm saying? So, you ride Bentleys and you go somewhere. He got the whole makeup team making you up and stuff. And I don't think people really understand like the lifestyle,
that
how
comes
your lifestyle changes. You know what I'm saying?
your lifestyle changes. It is hard to
Yeah.
you end up, I'll say you end up making irrational decisions or trying to rationalize with
Yeah,
rational
yeah,
situations. Like, yeah, he might hit me, but I got a makeup team. I got a Bentley in the yard, or
man.
Mercedes in the yard. I get a purse. You know what I'm saying? And then your next step is, well, who you gonna be with after that? Because it's kind of like you already feel
Yeah.
like you're top of the hill.
Can't go
So
back to the streets. You don't want to go back to the streets. That's pretty much what I mean. You
can't.
go from at the top to the bottom. There's no middle. It's like at the top, at the bottom.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
the middle feel like the bottom when you date somebody like Diddy. Even middle
Yeah.
class feel like the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
So
You
yeah,
go from walking in dealers, window shopping to actually getting the stuff before it even come out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much whatever he tell you can get, I guess whatever you want, you can pretty much get it. But you gotta and I mean, I don't even know how a guy I think did she marry like a trainer, a personal trainer or something when
yeah.
she
But when,
left Diddy?
yeah, she didn't end up marrying nobody that was real rich and famous. But I mean, like
No.
that's
No.
probably why she sued and got that money. Her life is rich and famous right now. But I think once you
Yeah. Yeah.
tolerate it so much, you know what I'm saying? Like you start to realize
Yeah.
it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like how the
Yeah.
old folks say, the peace of mind is worth.
Yeah.
It's price.
And like from a general standpoint, like if you could have a general percentage, what do you think people like growing up in the city, like just like Pulaski County or Little Rock, you think they're tied to abusive situations like this? There's either by marriage or by kids. They marry somebody and they kind of feel like they stuck in those situations without touching any. Because I know we know probably a lot of people like this, and you got to kind of you can mess around and touch a lot of people. Because most dudes that's abusive don't like you even talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you say that they abusive, even though they know they are, they don't like still don't like you to blow their spot up. You know what I'm saying?
I got a cousin right now. He I ain't never seen him be with a girl that he ain't beat. He beats them all. But you better not say, better not,
Boy,
better
you
not
better
say.
not. You better not.
I remember
Yeah, man.
my best friend was like, "Oh, your cousin is handsome." I said, "Girl, don't you go over there with beat him down, John."
Mm-mm.
He
Mm-mm.
never, and he's so bold, he'll beat him up in front of folks. He'll beat. Don't you go?
Man. Man, that's crazy too, man. It's like you don't even think about the consequences or nothing. You don't process none of that. It's just boom. It's just go hard in the paint. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Cause I think about that, like even with my dad, man. He went through that spell. He was doing that too, and if he never apologized to me, but it was right before he died. He had a conversation with me about how he was bugging out, how he wigged out, and just pretty much lost control of his life, pretty much. And he kind of apologized for how he treated my mom, but it took her a while. Just I don't want to put my mom out there like that, but it just as a kid when you are exposed to it, you either don't even get involved with it at all, or some dudes kind of go down that same path. So I think it more avoided it. Like even if a girl, um, some women they're tough, man. They can provoke you into some crazy places, and when you understand as a man that there's no reason you can't justify putting your hands on a woman ever, no matter how the situation goes, you just can't never do it. It make you look at life a different way. Like, you know what? This girl has all the tools. She look great, but it's the attitude. I can't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna deal with it. So,
And I
because
get opposite. My dad is very calm. My mom
yeah, he is. Your dad is very calm.
is
Yeah.
very very calm. My mom aggressive.
But see, the thing is, right? Your dad's very calm, but I know when he lay the law down, it's laid though.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know that for a fact.
of many words. So if my daddy talk,
Yeah. Yup.
somebody listen,
Exactly.
not a man of many words. But my,
Exactly. I
my
know you gonna listen because you're a spoiled brat. You want to keep being spoiled, so I know you gonna listen. But I'm saying in the house, even when Bryce is there, if he say so, hey, this is what it is. That's the law. You know what I'm saying?
it's
And he only gonna say it one time. I never heard him repeat himself with y'all. Not that many times.
he ain't. My dad is very calm natured. So when he say
Oh
something,
yeah,
and he
he
mean,
is.
you know what I'm saying. So if he say it, he mean it. But and mom
Yeah.
saying my mom is aggressive in a bad way. My mom, right, like she's not old, but today
Yeah.
can't scrap her. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah, boy.
yeah,
I know how mom is.
I gotta hit you, I don't need to be with you. If I gotta fight you,
Nah.
I need to let you.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing in this world that's gonna make me. Because there's two things in life I don't do: jail and hell. And me beating you up,
Man.
it's gonna either send
Man.
me to jail or send me to hell. So with that
Yeah.
said, if I get so aggressive that I want to fight you, it is time for me to control, alt, delete myself out of this situation.
Yeah.
I don't need to be your guy. And if you
Yeah. See, he go to a part that regular people deal with, right? Like I know people deal with this, whoever was in their circles or whatever, knowing who a person really is versus who everybody see on the surface. Like all these people going to Diddy parties, I know they knew. They ain't gonna say they knew, but I knew they knew dude was crazy though, man.
yeah, but I mean you everybody knows, but nobody say it out loud. That happens even in real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, I
Yeah.
got like I have never seen him be with a woman and not beat him. Everybody knows, but nobody's gonna say nothing. Yeah,
That's true.
we
Yeah.
all we all know that. Because I mean, just I
Some of the stories it sound like a lifetime. It don't sound believable too. Like it sound like a lifetime movie, like kind of scene or something. Like that really happened? Are you serious? And you be like, man, there's no way that could happen for real. Like it sounds so unreal. You can't even picture it. It's like it sound like a Stephen King kind of movie or something, man. How they how they went down, but yeah. And but yeah, man, and for her to be with him that long, I mean, what 2007 to 2018? I mean, man.
yeah. I mean, but you think about it. Once you in a situation, it's hard to get out of the situation in your mind. It may not be, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay, that makes
People,
sense. I like that.
people like that, like they exempt control. You know what I'm saying. Even in
Oh yeah, for sure.
you know what I'm saying? Like, even in
Yeah.
regular Joe people, like I know women that have like women who have been with dudes that are not as powerful as Diddy, but I know
Mm.
women that have taken beat downs because
Mm.
you know what I'm saying. Like I used to work with a
Mm-hmm.
girl, and she never lied about her husband beating her. She was like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he beats me, but my house is paid for, my car is paid for, my mama took
Mm.
whooping and we lived in a trailer park. I lived in a 4 bedroom house. So she didn't mind taking that whooping because she thought it provided her a life.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
how. That's just what I say with Cassie, right? The lifestyle, man. Like, did she tolerate it because of the lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's tough, man. It's a tough situation, man. You know what I'm
he
saying?
was
Because
just a regular
she was
dude.
with him 2 more years. She was with him 2 more years after that. You know, that was in 2016. I think the tape. They was together to 2018. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but people
pretty
like
tough.
they fall in love they fall in love with that, like you said, that because people like that, like people who have money like that, it's more of a control thing. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
They're controlling, and this
Yeah.
allows them to do what they want to do
Mm-hmm.
because they know that they provide something for you that you may not be able to get anywhere else.
Man.
So
I think that's what made it tough when you date somebody at that level. That's like your first or second experience of dating. Most girls, like say, you live in Southwest, you're not gonna meet somebody like that your first time dating like Diddy. I mean, it just ain't gonna happen, man. You might meet the people greeter at Walmart or something. That's probably gonna be your first dating experience or something. You know what I'm saying? You'll be lucky if you can even meet a doctor. You know what I'm saying, or
yeah,
something. Your first
but
experience dating, let alone Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
regular dudes get away with beating chicks every day. You could be a $50,000 dude, but if you, because you
Yeah.
know, most dudes nowadays, a Spark Arkansas, if you making 80,000, you rich. So,
That's man. That ain't really that much now. Shoot, with
but
inflation, man. Yeah,
you
that's true
take
though.
if you take a girl who's like I said again, if you
Oh
not
yeah,
if you know what
I believe me. I've been in the game. Believe me, cuz I've been in the game. I know exactly what you're saying.
she used to McDonald's and you take her to Chili's and Applebee's, all of a sudden that is the life.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take
Oh
money.
yeah.
So you think about it, a regular dude that can afford, and even nowadays, because a lot of these people don't date, they don't take you out.
Yeah.
Their ideal of meeting you is coming to your house and hanging out. So even you
Well,
might be,
that's the thing. Dudes only allow. They only do what a girl allow them to do. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but you know, like
So if you allow a dude not to take you out and just come over your house, I'm pretty sure he's gonna take advantage of that situation. I mean,
they
a
are.
dude that yeah,
If you, but if
I've
you
been there.
But like like I said, you might find that one dude that knows that you used to that, and they want that power over you, so they gonna
Hmm.
take you to Chili's, they gonna take you to Applebee's, and now you impressed because you didn't have to ask, they volunteered.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, ooh, you in love. You know what I'm saying? They buy you that
So
coach.
what makes dudes stay with girls that's crazy? We talked about this on the podcast one time. It was like, what make dudes stay with girls that's I know, like I tell my wife, when we was dating, when me and my boy John was dating, we used to always, even us, we deal with crazy girls. It's like you assume the risk. You be like, I know she crazy, but yeah, she got the Ringling Brothers, she got the trapeze.
Yeah,
I mean,
sex is a very powerful tool
yeah,
and potential. People will fall in love, but
yeah.
these dudes are like, it's now where it's shifted. Dudes are just as much as they look at credentials and potential just as much as females do. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, most dudes don't look at potential. The
Oh,
only potential dude looks at is when he see what you got on or something. Like if a girls be showing us how they looking like the potential of what it's gonna look like. You know what I'm saying?
I say this
Dude,
certain types of dudes, like
yeah,
because I'm a hustler. There'll be dudes that will be attracted to me simply because of my hustle. It has nothing to do with anything. I could be just as crazy as bat crap, but they are attracted to the hustle.
and
Oh,
you are.
ain't got no kids. Oh, she
Yeah.
worked 2 jobs. Oh, she got her own.
You a very unique person. You're like a unicorn. You're a very unique person. I want you to fulfill. I'm saying that's a good way. You're a very unique person.
So they'll
You're very unique. Yeah.
love with fall in love with the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife messed with me. She said I'm a very unique guy. So I
Yeah,
hope that's a good thing. But yeah.
yeah. So you fall in love with the hustle. You fall in like it's a lot of people that would just they.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I'm pretty spoiled, and I probably have tension tantrums,
You are.
but
Yeah. You're more than pretty spoiled. You're
you know,
spoiled. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
it's crazy what people will tolerate because of the credentials. Because I ain't got no kids,
Yeah.
work a job. Because I got my own place and my own car.
Yeah.
They'll tolerate a lot of stuff. I've had full blown tantrums, and people will not care. They will
He said I tolerate a lot of stuff.
they will
Oh.
tolerate a lot.
Yeah.
And when I
Yeah.
full blown tantrum tantrums, I mean full blown tantrum tantrums. Like act like I'm 5 years old, and guess what? They will still tolerate me because of these credentials.
Oh my God, so fun. My wife watching. She said, "I love hearing a woman's point of view on your show. Love it, cause I've been trying to get you on there for a minute." She's like, "Yeah, I think she'll go at y'all. She'll go at y'all. She ain't."
Like, yeah, no, I
Oh man.
spoiled. I know I have
Oh
crazy moments, and when I fight, I have a full blown. It
yeah.
will put my shoulders and be like, hey.
But
And
what I'm saying, so let's, and I think before we get back to the Diddy thing, I think I was talking to John. He thought I was being crazy, but I was saying like with you not having kids and you have more leverage, right, in the dating game than somebody would, let's say, probably got like 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? That's probably our age.
well, like some people can't stand the fact that I don't have kids because there's certain things that I'm not gonna understand because I'm not
Yeah, for sure.
not in your. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I say it depends on the person because some people, because I don't
Yeah,
have, I'm not, there's something in them like my lifestyle. Like, I don't have anything
yeah,
down, so I can get up and go. And whether you
yeah.
go, that's not my problem because I'm gonna get up.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
So,
Oh
that's
yeah.
a lot of problems. Like, because, if I wake up tomorrow and I want to go to Texas or Atlanta or
You
any,
gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it and I'm out.
Yeah, you gonna do it. Yeah, you gonna do
I'm
it.
apologetic about it. And, that,
Yeah.
yeah, apologetic about it. Like, I'm gonna get up.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't got no problems with leaving.
I
And
know. I know.
oh, you can't afford your ticket? Sounds like a personal problem.
I love it. That's how you tell girls when I was dating. Hey, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Cause
I remember one time we was going to Texas, with John, gonna holler at my boy Stucky in Texas, and a girl had called me and said a tire went flat, and it's like I don't even know what you want me to do. I'm on my way to Texas. I don't know what you want me to do, but I hope and pray that you get that fixed, and I'm going to Texas. I'll talk to you later. So was
I,
it probably rough? Sure,
if
sure.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it
if
was.
if we dating, then yeah, I expect you. I don't know, like I said, but then again, that's probably the problem with me. I was
To
like,
see that shit, okay, and that's fine. Like, what if a woman has these expectations? What do a dude is entitled to expect from a woman? If a woman expect that, man.
that you have when you get anybody I ever dealt with, I'm gonna tell you what I want up front, and then you tell me what you want, and we can agree whether we gonna try
Oh, okay. You don't get that a lot, yeah. That's why you're a unicorn. You don't really hear that a lot.
this, or you know what I'm saying? Because if you
Hmm.
were out of me that I'm not able to give you, then great, we can still be great friends. Like I, I don't have a like I'm
Yeah.
30 some years,
Hold
like
on, they started already.
I
Yeah,
was
man. I was waiting on you,
Hey, what's
man. You
going
could have
on,
been here,
y'all?
pop off. What's going on? You remember Jay? You remember Jay?
at the low.
Yeah, Honest John. You got me.
Yeah,
Oh, that's me. That's me. And sorry about that. I have my own
Oh, you
theme
good?
music right there. Um,
So
beating people
getting
today.
back
I'm
to the
sorry.
getting back to the Diddy thing. How does he take accountability? Like, how does he take accountability for this when he finally get on camera? I know he dodging it right now because the streets is hot. That grill hot. You gotta let that temperature go down a little bit. But do we get like a lawyer to write a statement, or do he just, just take accountability and apologize for it? Because a lot of times when you famous and got an ego, you don't even want to say that you're wrong. It's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's a crazy thing too. To me, with
Okay,
accountability, can you hear me?
you're trying to see. Did you say something, Micaiah?
I don't know. You fine? That was the dog.
Okay, okay.
Uh-oh. It's four of us now. But accountability, that's weird. It's gonna be damage control. I don't know if it's about
Yeah,
accountability. Whatever you need to say, the SARS you need to say, whatever they can write for you, you got the best writers behind the scenes, trying to do damage control. You know what I mean? I was on drugs at the time. I was mentally unstable. Any excuse, I was going through a lot. Blame it on alcohol, drugs, and things like that, or your mental instability. All of that's
yeah. He
going
need
to
a
be.
Drake. He need a Drake ghostwriter. That's what he need. Like a
I mean,
ghostwriter
that's
Drake
what's
used,
gonna be.
man.
It's just gonna be. I don't know how much
Yeah,
accountability is gonna be there, but I
yeah,
know it's gonna be a lot of damage control.
yeah. It's gonna be a lot, man. A lot of
It's going to be a lot of damage control, but I feel like his best option is what he doing now, being quiet. He trying to fade in the
yeah.
background. So I don't think there is. Sorry, y'all, that's my dog.
Are you
But
good? So Jay, we talked about earlier before you came on. What do you think? How dudes the process? Like dudes don't just start out being abusive most of the time. Like, what do you think? Like the process to get there. Like, do you think most dudes like the lack of processing the situation? They use physical means to solve their problems instead of communication. Like, how do you
Uh,
think like the
for,
process
for
to get
sure,
to
for
that point?
sure. And when we're talking about him, we're talking about a high level of abuse. He
Yeah.
abused
Oh yeah.
this person in so many ways. Uh,
Oh yeah.
Relationship, domestically, and this is also a person that's her boss. Like he works with her, she works for him, so his boss
Did she really
employs
work
you.
for him, or he just put her under contract just because she was dating him?
I
Though
mean,
I
guess
mean,
what? That's technically what work is. Like if you get paid by from somebody, you're under contract. You're one of his
it's
artists.
actually called quid pro quo. I think that's it's a quid pro quo, something like that.
Well, I mean, if she's if he's paying her for services, that's a whole nother form of abuse, and then we got financial abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
When you can't control somebody, or you just emotional. Some people just get mad. I have never been that angry, even in a fight, to do what he did to somebody, let alone a woman. Um, I don't really like to let myself get out of control like that. You know, people
Yeah.
say, I don't really have enough emotions. But if that's what having emotions or being passionate looks like, I don't want it.
Yeah. And
That
what
was
I would
just
say to
plain.
any what I would say to any young brother out there, you have to work on your internal issues. You have to understand that everybody has internal issues that they got to work on. You know what I'm saying? Whether incidental exposure, some things you can't control the adults around you, what they do and what you see, and that may cause an issue. But you have to understand that I have to do self work. I had to do self work. Some stuff I got still working on to this day, but to not go there. You got to work on stuff internally. Sometimes, but when you famous, you may feel like you don't got to work on anything. I don't know. When you got making, 100 million plus, I don't know. You may feel like you at a point to where, I don't know. I
because
mean, he
money.
got access to the best therapist. He got access to the best therapist.
But
And we can't
you
afford
don't
no
see anything
therapist.
wrong with yourself. So why would you
Yeah,
get
that's true.
therapy? And you got money to bridge all those gaps. And everybody's
Yeah,
telling you you're doing a good job. I mean, you're great. You're great because you got their money. They want access to you and they want access to your resources. So they're gonna
yeah,
say what they need to say in your good graces. And when you're surrounded by yes men, when somebody says no
mm,
to you, it's the end of the world. And you
yeah,
have to control them. How you see fit. Your temper tantrums go unchecked because nobody wants
yeah. That's
to
true.
buck against you because they don't want the gravy train to stop. You know what I mean?
Mm,
They see illegal behavior, they see behavior like this, and that's like, well, that's just
yeah.
him. You know what I mean? And
So can you see the signs, Rakaya? Can you, as a woman, can you see the signs? Or sometimes some dudes good at hiding for a while and then they start coming out.
think it's necessarily like people like in hindsight. I think you can see it. There's a lot of red flags. I don't think nobody just wakes up and slaps the cowboy pee out of you. Like it's
Yeah.
gradual steps, but sometimes just as women, they well, I'm not gonna say as. But let me tell you something. My daddy didn't write, but
Yeah.
just and I
Your
kid,
mom didn't either. And
yeah,
your mom didn't either.
my mama didn't raise no fool because I mean, but that's not my background. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right, for
I,
sure.
like I can honestly say my mom ain't worked in years. My daddy has definitely been a provider, but my daddy still ain't never felt the need to rear up against my mom. So with
Mm-mm.
that being said, but you can see the red flags. It always starts with something gradual. Like they might be trying to change how you look or how you dress, or they might not like when you do this. And some things that women think are cute or kiki is actually a sign of control. Like, girl, he hates for me to put on this dress. You know what I'm saying? Or oh, he don't like it when I wear my makeup. You know what I'm saying? Or oh,
Right.
just little things like oh, he don't like it when I go out with my friends. Like these are all gradual steps that come with control because now he don't want you to wear makeup. Now he don't want you. Now you want to control what you put on. Now he don't want you to. You want to isolate you from your friends and your family. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
understand in relationships like it's gonna be a withdrawal, but at the same time, when you find somebody that constantly never wants you to be around other people, that's a
Man.
flag. If you find somebody that be like, "Oh, I hate you in makeup," or I don't like how you wear your hair and stuff,"
divide and conquer.
Yeah.
that's all. These are all
Man,
red flags.
it's some dudes that it ain't even funny, but they don't even want you looking out the window when you in the car. They want you to look straight ahead, man.
Yeah,
Don't
but
even look out the don't even look at the window. Don't even look out the window,
but
man. It's
those are
crazy.
And
all.
it's and you're right, it's a gradual grooming to that.
Yeah.
You can't get the third base until you get the second base, and you can't get the second base until you get the first. And that's the thing with
Yeah.
abuse. I'm gonna try this low level stuff, and they do it like second nature. They don't even know they're doing. They're probing you, seeing how much you can take. I mean, sometimes they start on the first date with those jokes that I'm just playing with you, and this and that. You take stuff too serious because you have boundaries. You take too serious. You uptight. You know what I mean? So they don't get past the first date with real women, but those insecure women
Yeah.
who come maybe from a troubled past or whatever have these problems, they groom them into. They build up.
Yeah.
It's like foreplay. It's a whole little dance of breaking them down and
Yeah.
feeling like the person needs them and you can't leave. You know what I mean? It's the prison
Yeah.
without bars. It's like
Yeah.
a
And I
psychological,
know
emotional prison. And some do it, abuse you through, they provide for you. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
they kind of control you like that.
It's something that they provide for you that you don't feel for yourself, or it's something that they prey on that you're weak on.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, it's
Yeah.
not necessarily money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
it may be something as simple like you're not secure. You know what I'm saying? So he might make you feel like the prettiest woman in the world, but when you're not with him, he's gonna trash talk you to make you feel like, okay, well, I'm the only one to see you're pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know a lot of broke dudes are abusive dudes, just like it's always something that they're going to provide for you that you apparently don't know how to provide for yourself. And it's like you said, they're
Yeah.
like they, and even the dudes that I know that are abusive dudes, they have certain questions because they know what type of woman they can, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not by any means foolish. Like they know
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
ask you the right question
And it's,
where you at.
ask me this too. Ask me this riddle. Like, it seemed like growing up, when you grow up in the inner city, maybe it's an inner city thing, maybe it could be across the nation. It seems like there are a percentage, let's say 40%. They just attracted to roughnecks. It's like naturally you get attracted to roughneck, like rough dudes. Like naturally, you're not even trying to do it. It's like you just the past few dudes they've been with. It's like rough. It's like rough.
Conscious thing because like everybody knows the fantasy of the bad
The
boy,
bad boy.
good girl, and the good girl changes his life,
Oh man. Yeah.
or oh, he's just misunderstood. It's the fantasy of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's the fantasy of
Yeah.
it to make you feel like. I can even say with my ex-husband, it was the fantasy of it. Like it was the fantasy of it that I found this bad boy and turned him into a good man. And the whole time
You turn them into a.
he would,
I mean, it was a project. It was a project. You was gonna fix him. You gonna do that.
you know, and then it's the same thing that he was feeding me, like, oh, you've changed my life. You haven't, you know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't impress me with money because I've always been a hustler.
Yeah.
Impress me
Right.
with anything like that, but you made me feel something that I didn't feel because you made me feel like I was changing you into this godly man. And what I grew up to realize is that you have to do that on your own. There's nothing I can do.
You do. You gotta resolve your internal issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
do.
but what you showed made me feel good. Ooh,
Oh yeah. He had. Oh yeah. I remember he had.
hey,
What?
who, he wouldn't be
Boy.
anything. He wouldn't be anything without me. Who, what I'm saying? Like, but people, you know what I'm saying? People fall into that.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
it like it's different
I've
ways.
been there.
Like, people can manipulate and move things. Because, like I said before, like,
Yeah.
He can't do it without me. I changed his life. You know what I mean? You're a big piece of his life.
Yeah.
You're holding him together. You know what I mean?
it's an
You
ego.
feel
It's an ego stroke. Like,
Yeah.
I am it. Without me, you can't. Because guess what? You even said it. I walked out the door. You be like, oh, breathe. My chest is tight. Heart attack.
Oh.
Without you. You know what I'm saying?
and then who else is gonna need you like he needs you? Like, I mean, he really need me. He can't breathe.
Oh
I'm that man
man.
cocaine. Woo. So but
Yeah.
then it's like
So on
not always
hindsight, so on hindsight, on hindsight, I'm just messing with you a little bit because you was in love, you was head over heels in love. When people tried to warn you, like what made you say I'm not even listening because you did love because you was in love.
Should have paid attention because let me tell you something. When I was getting ready to marry that fool, my daddy said, um, baby, you ain't got to do this. We can leave right now. I should listen. I should
Yeah,
have been away, bro.
that's support right there.
Let me tell you
yeah.
something. My daddy
Oh man, she love man. When I tell you she love,
and my daddy is cheap. My daddy is the cheapest man alive, and he dropped the. So for him to
yeah,
say he don't care about the money, run. I
yeah.
should I should have listened. But like I said before, when you dealing with
I
somebody,
just think girls need to hear this though. That's
yeah,
why I'm glad you sharing it. I think girls need to hear this because
it's
when you go through that love phase, you really feel like it's the
it's,
feeling. You just feel. I feel. We're not thinking.
it's
You
the
feel it.
ego stroke of him
Yeah.
me feel something that I didn't necessarily. I felt
Yeah.
like power. Like I felt like
So
oh,
he didn't sell you a dream. You sold the dream. He didn't sell you a dream. You sold the dream.
he sold me the dream of that I was so like I've already
Oh,
been
okay.
That's
already
a very interesting point of view.
he sold me the dream
Yes.
I was so needed that he couldn't live without me. Like that he was die without me. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
even the performances that he
I can't sleep, babe.
even the performances, like when I one time I left
Yeah.
and he was like, I'm gonna kill myself and he over there on the phone with the gun to his
Oh man, I know you was like, oh, I got him. Oh, I love this. Oh,
But it's like it's a false sense of control.
that's
Like
why I
you
say
think
you
you're in
unique.
control
You
of
a
it,
unique person.
and
I'm
he's
telling you.
controlling. Well, like this is very. I
oh
don't.
Yeah.
I can't live. He can't live without me. Like every time I get ready to go out the door, he performing like he on the ground and he falling out and he just
Oh
you know.
man. Oh my God. I know you was just here. Oh man.
So it just what I'm saying. Reverse thing. Like when you used to, what I'm saying. Like it just made me feel
Yeah.
so powerful. Like oh my God, I am so powerful. This man will die without me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how you get over that. I mean, I don't like that. That's a power
Man.
trip for you. And see, like
Hey, my
Mike, you like
cousin,
talking
she is
about
a
the Roughnecks. You know what I mean? It always ain't the Roughnecks. He's really kind of needy in this situation.
no. That's the thing.
Uh,
He was in the surface level. On the surface level, he was a real. He looked like a real dude. I'm saying behind closed. A lot of dudes are like that. Even we grew up with dudes like that. Surface level, it's a doggy dog world, but behind closed doors, they singing player. Cheers to you.
But when you dealing with that, I can't live without you. I'm
Yeah.
living without you. It's
Oh yeah.
not always that, like, like people can look at it like it's not always a power ship of, like, some dudes that use
Yeah.
abuse and force. Some dudes use like power,
Oh
and
yeah. Subtle. They subtle with it. Yeah, for sure.
some dudes
Yeah.
will stroke your ego. You know what I'm saying? Like I
They
had
will. They do.
a dude who
That's what selling the dream is. That's pretty much what selling the dream is. Just stroking your ego. Everything you give me, I'm gonna use it against you. It's like you giving me your game plan. If a dude know how to do it, like you
yeah,
giving me your game plan. All I gotta do is now play by the playbook that you give
yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying?
You ever have a dude tell
Yeah.
you your shadow sexy? You know what I'm saying?
let me get the pen. I'm right there.
I ain't never had no dude ain't gonna tell me nothing like that. But yeah, I understand dude telling you that.
I'm writing that
Yeah.
down. You know what I mean? Let
you
me
know,
text this
Girl, I
right
drink
now.
your bath water. What's that on Color Purple?
like,
I drink
picture your shadow talking about even your silhouette sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
it,
man.
you know
Oh.
what I'm saying? Like
So
you,
it's
Yeah.
so it's sometimes it's forces, sometimes it's manipulation. So
Yeah.
yeah, because at the end of the day, in hindsight, he was broke. He had no ambition.
Yeah.
He was nowhere near good for me. But the way that he made me feel, like I felt like
I
my
think if he would have had a support system, I think he would have been good. I think sometimes, man, when you don't got that support system, when you at points in your life especially at that age, if you left to your own vices and imagination, it take a different kind of person to just be
he,
able to correct self. Go
he's
ahead.
he trifling. Like even now, where is he at? Yeah. What is he? Because why?
Yeah.
He has no ambition. He has no work drive. He has none of that. Marcus has a
Yeah.
habitual pattern. Come to find out, I'm not. Marcus been married 3 times, and every wife he had, he done charmed in the same way. He can't live without him. He
Yeah.
can't live without him. Your
Yeah.
shadow. We'll do take a picture of my shadow next to the car. Even your silhouette, sexy baby. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man.
just an ego stroke.
Man.
And as
Yeah.
women sometimes
Wow.
get to feel the power. So when you got somebody that's feeding you power, that's making you feel like you in control, it's a
Yeah.
powerful drug. It's powerful. That's the best high I've ever had is when somebody has made me feel like hey, everything, even my shadow, like he would come, like when I tell you my ex-husband would come in the bathroom and I'd be taking a poop and he go, oh my God, it smells so good.
I'm gonna have to leave that where it's at. I was gonna
Hey,
pay.
that's
I
selling
was
the
gonna pay
dream.
that, but I'm
Hey,
gonna leave that one.
that's the ultimate dream sale right there. That's selling the dream right there. He sold that, man.
He would come in and be like,
Man.
you don't even need no air. You don't even smell bad. Look, I'm in here with you.
Wow.
Sit on the
Bro,
sink.
this really smell like.
Man.
So it's not all, like I said before, my ex-husband was a charmer. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Wow.
you gonna die without me, y'all.
I think Diddy was like that. I think Diddy was a charmer. I think I could see him being a
I mean,
charmer. I
of
mean, he
course,
already
I
got the
mean,
money. So yeah.
and it's like, and then leaving him, like you will leave that kind of benefits on a lifestyle. Um,
Yeah.
and I think you always hear that joke, I dare you to do this, and what would you do for $1 million, or what would you do for $100,000
What
right
would you
here
do for
in
a
front of
Klondike bar? Yeah.
you? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think
Boy.
Diddy was
Boy.
living that dare. He'll put
Yeah.
$10,000 on the table. It's just me and you in here. What would you do to walk out with it?
And that's the thing with money,
And you got
right?
to answer
Like
that question.
with us being broke, we didn't have that kind of money. You can't explore that side of your imagination. Like, what can you make a person do? You just think about it, like, man, I bet you if I
Or
had
what is a
that kind
person
of money,
willing to do? You're not even
yeah,
really
willing to
looking.
do. Right. Right. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people ain't never seen $10,000 cash in a duffel bag. No taxes, no payroll check, cash right here on the table.
And
A
And you
your
just
hundred
got to do
thousand
something
definitely
right.
ain't seen it.
your mind can
Yeah.
you see it. You might think what you might not do, but let me tell you something. When you see that
Yeah.
money, you be like,
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
you sure nobody
Yeah.
ain't gonna know? Well, that's just a little camera
Yeah.
right there for insurance. Like, well, you know what I mean. And then I think
Throw an
that
extra 50. Throw in an extra 50.
and I think that's the part of the problem when you get everybody will bend to your
Yeah.
will because of your money,
Yeah,
and she's not.
boy.
She walked out of that hotel room and with her self-respect and her pride, and she wouldn't do whatever it
But she
was
was with
for
him
a
2 more
dog.
years.
2 more
I'm
years.
not blaming her, but she was with him
No,
two
no,
more
I
years
mean,
after that,
no.
though.
I mean, look, we're never. Well, some of us have been in abusive situations. I don't judge the
Yeah.
person being
I
abused.
don't either. I'm not judging. I'm just
So
the facts. The
at
facts.
that point in that moment, she walked out and
Yeah.
he reacted like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that was the reaction. So that was a consequence of her. Like, she wasn't protected. They didn't call the police. That was what? How many years ago? 15 years ago? Nobody came to her rescue. So
But it
that
was
was
alleged that he gave them 50K to get the tape, though. It was
yeah.
alleged that
So
he gave the hotel
and guess what?
50K.
50K was a drop in the bucket to him. So that's her
Yeah.
life. You know, she's not protected. So are you going to leave these benefits? And probably that was in a hotel. What if she left and she was at his apartment? How bad could that have
Yeah, that's
gotten?
what we talked about before you came on. Like, if that's the first or second person you dated in your life and it's Diddy, what do you go to after that? You see what I'm saying? Like, what's the next? How do you upgrade? You really want to be a better person? Who's the better person after
Well,
Diddy? You know what I'm saying?
well,
Like,
no, well,
I know that
everybody,
sounds kind of crazy with the
no,
abuse, but I
everybody's
know, but
better. I mean, everybody's better. I mean, a normal, healthy relationship is better.
But you
So
don't.
the
not without the
mother,
Birkin bag though.
no,
Not
so
without
the
the Birkin
mother
bag though.
man could be emotionally better and physically better for you, but monetarily, well, like money wise, no, like
Yeah,
nobody's going to be provide on the level of a billionaire. But if you're not getting beat, sexually assaulted on a weekly basis, I think anybody was better than that situation. You
right.
know, I mean,
And
I
we
had a
thinking logical,
relationship.
and that's why we're thinking logical. We just never been in that
You
kind
know,
of
I had a
situation.
relationship. I, nobody ever hit me in the head with a base. You know what I mean? And I, you
Yeah.
know, so now a lot of people are better than that. But monetarily wise, you know what I mean? Yeah, you probably ain't gonna find anything like that. But when you live and you see somebody do something like this to you, and there is no consequences,
I,
I don't know what
so if it goes
type,
out,
type of life that is. Like somebody can do this.
So there's the things that did she have to stay with him, or could she have walked away?
So I think that's a truly unfair statement to make.
No, I'm just saying
Because
it's a either or.
no.
So she
Okay,
had to stay.
no,
So she had to stay.
no. Can slaves leave the plantation if they want to? Yes, they can run.
Some of them did. Some of them did. They said, "I'd rather
Exactly.
die than."
So
Yeah.
exactly. So was she supposed to
Yeah.
make that choice? You saw what happened when she tried to leave. She just tried to leave a hotel room, and she got hit in the head with a base, kicked on the ground. Now you're strong. You're a man. We've all taken
No, I'm
beatings
saying
before.
after that was over,
That's
2 weeks or a month, go ahead and be preparing to get out of this situation, right or wrong, or that's unfair too. What's
I
a
think
fair way to leave? What's a fair way to leave? That's what I'm
so.
saying.
We've never been emotionally. We're speaking, especially you're speaking from male privilege, and you've never been in an emotionally abusive place. You've never dated a billionaire, and you've never been physically abused. We can't speak on the minds. I mean, yes, of course, in the perfect world, common sense. Anytime a person hits you, cusses you out, physically, mentally abuses you, you leave. Yes, that's a given. But we can't speak from a place where she could have just left, and she must have liked it because she stayed, or she
Yeah.
did something to trigger him. You know, billionaires are sensitive. She's got to stay in her place. I
So
think
I guess
all of these statements are
what I'm
unfair.
trying to say is, if we was to talk to somebody that we know, a woman in this situation, what's a fair thing to tell her how to get out of that situation without feeling like you being unfair? Like, what could you say that's fair? Because that's what everybody will say. It's unfair. But what advice can you give somebody to get out of this situation, or do you have to just let them be in this and let them figure it out on their own? That's
Uh,
all I'm saying.
what's fair? Like, okay, as a person on the outside, you support them. Like, I have your back. I will physically protect you, emotionally. Hey, I'll have a place for you to stay. I'm not being there, but you can come stay with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to call the police for you. I'm going to be there when the police get there. You know what I mean? I will let you stay in my house, and I will stay up at night with the gun, making sure nobody comes in there, because you're not afraid of physically leaving the situation. You're talking about a person with millions of dollars who can pay somebody to come touch you where you are. I know some people will do some dirty work for 5 G's, and this man got millions of dollars. So you like saying, well, you can just leave and this and that. You can leave, no strings attached. All the knowledge you know about him, you can leave, and he will leave you alone with all the knowledge of all the things you witnessed. Oh, that's just not something that you think is going to happen, especially when somebody's been treating you wrong. So, but as a person on the outside, hey, leave him, get away from that situation. I will help you. I will support you. I will go help you get your things, or you know what? I'll help you rebuild, because it's dangerous even to go back to get your stuff sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And
you know,
another point I was gonna make, but I know they didn't have kids, but in a regular scenario, like growing up as a regular person, these situations when kids are involved and they see these things, how that affect kids when stuff is never addressed and resolved. Like, if a kid see abuse in the house, but everybody's playing pretend like it never happened, and you think it's gonna go unchecked or it's not gonna have an effect on the family going forward. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these things happen to regular people, but nothing, it goes unchecked. You see what I'm saying? The person never,
and the
tell
abuser
his son.
sometimes has rights in himself. Like, Puff got kids. I'm pretty sure they've seen, like,
that's what I'm saying. Sure,
they've seen things, but he has a right to raise his kids the way he wants to. If y'all not gonna report things, Child Protective Services ain't going in the billionaire house to see what he's doing, the drugs.
No,
and
what I'm
stuff
saying
like
is
that.
he can't complain if his sons go down the same path, because if they saw that, you see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
No, he's going to be proud if his sons go down the same path.
Now, some of them, though, they may be proud internally, but they won't say it externally, though. Most abusers don't say that I'm an abuser. Like, they don't even want you to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They'd rather you not even talk about it.
Guess what? Then your sons beating his wife, regular people. Like, say, I'm beating my baby mama, I'm beating my wife.
Yeah.
My son sees that, and his girlfriend in high school said she's not gonna do something. He slapped her. And I say, boy, don't do that. You know what I mean? You don't go to jail. Well, Dad, you do it to mom all the time. When women get out of place, you put them in their place. I mean, I'm leading by example. And the police gonna look, I may be okay with hitting women, but the police not. And I don't want to see my son in jail for some crazy stuff like that. So, I just don't do it. I really don't get angry like that. So this kind of stuff don't happen in my house.
Yeah. And what was I got a couple more things. So this is for dudes who watching this is regular like us. What happens to regular dudes that go through this kind of stuff? Like, I think you're going to jail if you do this and a woman, the police is called out. 90% of the time, you're probably gonna go to jail.
Let me tell you something else. 90% of the time, if you're just accused of some of this stuff, you're probably still going to jail.
Yeah, if the police come out in a domestic dispute, you're
some
done.
women weaponize the police. She got a new man. You've been staying with her. Your name ain't on the lease. She wants you out of there. He hit me. If they say they want you out, get out. Like, sometimes you got to get out your own house.
Oh man, I watched. Me and my wife were watching Act of Self Protection. You ever watched that on YouTube?
No.
This is I should find that video actually. It was a dude, who his wife, they were having a domestic dispute, and his wife called the police out there, right? Well, she came out the door and said, "Yeah, he just tried to hit me." Or she pretty much like he messing with me now. Well, check this out. When the dude went in there, the police officer went in there. Dude kind of walked away from the police officer and went back to the went back. He went back and grabbed the AR shotgun. The police pulled out so quick. It was like less than a second, and put man. I'm finna pull it up and show you. And man, mag dump dude, man. Like because he had. That's what I was trying to tell Keys. Don't you pull out a gun on a cop, man? You asking for it, man. Like
Man, sometimes
this ain't even.
sometimes having a gun, like you know what I mean, you gotta conceal, and you tell them it's in there, they're gonna start acting funny with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm finna pull it up now. Give me 1 second. I'm finna pull it up.
And people talk about these open carry laws, but if the police see you with like AR, even if it's on your back, they feel some type of way at that point. Well, it's my right to carry a gun. Well, it's their right to protect their lives or a perceived threat.
Let me get to it. Is it?
Husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend fighting frequently. I'm not saying in this case, but frequently against each other. And all of a sudden you show up, you got to react to it. So react, you will.
And as he comes up here, listen, I know there's going to be some people going to be like, he had every right to have a gun. He had every right to be in his own home. And that's a mess. So the officers come up here. He's got a handheld light. Good for him on that. That's exactly what he needs here. And notice, as soon as he hasn't knocked on the door or nothing, and she busts out and says, basically, thank God you're here. She says, he's trying to hit me. So she comes out in a way and is grateful that the officers are there. So it's very clear to me, Mike, that they had established their presence and that both of them knew that the cops were there.
Yeah, they absolutely both do. Because we go forward in this video.
As a woman, you call police. They could kill your significant other, your baby daddy, right there on the spot.
Yes.
When he does this. So yeah, that argument doesn't hold water with me. Everything about this makes my butt pucker quite a bit, knowing this is not going to end well, almost certainly. I'm thinking probably in some sort of physical confrontation with the male half, but we see how it turned out in this one, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, and I also want to say this is why police respond to domestic violence, because this woman's like, dude, this bigger, stronger man. I want to note here that what towards the back of the house. So it's not like she came out and just saw officers.
I got to find it in real time, bro. Like, they kind of talking about it now, but, man, in real time, he walked in. She said he just about to hit me. He walked in, and soon as he saw the shotgun was on his side, and he said, put the gun down. Bop, bop, bop. I mean, it was just that fast, man. It was crazy, man.
And then, like, people talking about rights, right? Look, he had the right to have maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong, but guess what? Even if he's right, he dead now. We can't go back and bring him alive. We can't revive him because he was right. Well, he had a right to have a gun in his house, and he didn't raise the gun, or he didn't do this, and he do that. Hey, man, all that happened in seconds. So you can be right, and you can still be dead.
Saw officers.
Yeah,
officers,
true.
You're here. She knew exactly who was there. She assumed.
Yeah, nothing good is happening here. And retrieved a firearm. None of those are a good idea. None of them.
See this?
And of course,
he had a shotgun right there. Like when he went in there,
say, well, he had every right to have.
He
a
had a shotgun on the side.
Okay,
he
wait a
kind of
minute.
just raised it up a
let's
little
go back
bit.
to where we are. We've been arguing with our wife all night, and I get it.
I wish they show it in real time, man.
Some people like I don't want
because it happened so fast.
And well trained and well equipped. By the way, I'm going to venture to say here that this guy trains probably over and above his departmental standard. This officer didn't need to make any excuses because he drew
himself.
But pretty much, man, like I get off of it, but pretty much, man, dude, the police went in there after she did that. He had the shotgun. He thought it was an AR-15, but it was a shotgun. And he just had it on the side. I guess you were trying to tell him to get out of his house or something, but, dude, done. The police saw that, done. He didn't even give him a chance to raise it all the way up. Before he probably raised it up a little bit. He put the whole mag probably close to it. No, he put like 3 or 4 shots and the gun malfunctioned. And I think SIGs do that. It's shooting and it'll like uh, lock the casing or something, or the slide or lock back without it with a bullet still in the clip. So he dropped the clip, popped it back in, and fixed it, and then brought it back up. But he didn't shoot no more. But domestic disputes, man, are crazy in real life. Like, dude, if somebody call, oh, my wife said something too. John is correct on this subject. She was in prison without walls. Mentally, she was not ready to leave, and she did not know how to go. I get it. And that's why I was saying, how do you teach somebody to go? Like, what is something that you can say to teach somebody to go? If you can make something that's fair, where it makes sense, where people not feeling like you judging them or something like that. I think sometimes you got to get out of that mindset. Like, when do you get to a point where somebody actually talking to you with sense, you not feel like they judging you? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's like, well,
Accountable.
you're scared. I mean, you might as well be jumping off a building with a parachute, and you're saying, "I got your parachute. It's gonna work. It's gonna work." But you just gotta just kind of continue to support them and say you'll be there and remind them of their self-worth and things like that, and just kind of be there, and they can encourage them to make that move, but it's still gonna be hard. It's the simple decision to you. But like I say, like Ashley said, I mean, they're in a prison.
Yeah. And then like my cousin Ricardo, her phone died, so that's why she fell off. I don't know nobody think we kicked off and her phone just died, but she definitely gonna be back on here. That's fam right there. Like I said, man, we grew up together, man. So Southwest.
Yeah,
man,
we love the women representation.
Yeah, that's my dog right there. Like I say, we had somebody to watch the kids. Wife be on here laughing with us. Fortunately, we have to watch the kids. So, but yeah, man. And I think what was the last thing? Let me go back to the notes real quick. I think get ready to get up out this thing. Does money and lifestyle cause people to tolerate more things from people they usually would not tolerate?
For sure. Like, people tolerate abuse at their job for a paycheck. For 30,000, 50,000, 75,000, people tolerate and deal with people every day that wouldn't normally deal with at their job. And you talking about we're in a situation where you don't have to work at all, be a housewife or be a stay-at-home husband, and this person's providing a lifestyle for you, and you don't have to clock in. You're going to take a little bit, more. You know what I mean? Because their lifestyle. You know what I mean? If somebody called me dumb every day, but I didn't have to work, I can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing, in life, like say, he talk, especially when we get a center talking to dudes, man, you're gonna face some kind of unfairness working in most jobs. You may find an ideal job, but it may take a while till you get to that ideal job. You might have to go through the mud first. Unfortunately, you don't want to do that, but unfortunately, sometimes that's kind of how it happens. You know what I'm saying? So, but for sure, don't allow money to allow you to tolerate things you wouldn't normally tolerate. You know what I'm saying? So, don't do it. It's not worth it.
I mean, feelings too. Like, you know what I mean? You love somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna stay in here because they make me feel a certain way. But I mean, it's some people say it's compromise. You know what I mean? So you don't like what somebody's doing, so you should leave. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like the way you don't put your clothes actually in the clothes hamper. You know what I mean? I've told you multiple times I'm supposed to leave. You know what I mean? But I love you and I love our family, so I'm not gonna get a divorce because you can't put the clothes in the hamper. But I wouldn't normally deal with that on a boyfriend level. Yeah. So what's compromise and what's abuse? So
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Cause it be women out here, they be abusing dudes. People it don't get talked about as much, but it's definitely out here though.
Yeah, I mean,
I done been going in Walmart. You hear a woman going off on the husband talking cash money, crazy to him, man. He's like, man.
I mean, you gotta set boundaries, and that person respect on running over those boundaries. Could be a form of abuse or lack of respect. You know what I mean? What's love without respect, or what's respect without love? So,
yeah, that's true. But yeah, guys, we just want to react to it and talk about it from a regular person standpoint because we're not celebrities. But this kind of stuff happens in the regular world. No, not all the time, but it happens more common than what you think. It's like there are people in jail. I'm talking about in jail because of domestic violence
Yeah, they say
and a long
80%.
probation stints. Yeah,
80% of like, men committing crime, it was like for some woman. You trying to get money,
yeah,
rob a bank to impress some woman. You know what I mean? You was beefing with some
yeah,
other man because she was cheating on some, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Things
for
like
sure.
that. Now I lived in the projects a long time and there was a lot of
Oh
domestic
yes.
cases in there.
Oh yeah.
And they
Yeah.
were far from rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, if the police come out, somebody probably gonna go to jail if it's domestic. A
or
call,
somebody can be
somebody's going
killed.
to
Like
jail.
sometimes you're not just the jail is a good thing, you know what I mean? Because a lot of
Yeah,
people ain't coming like
I
this
get
man,
it.
you know what I mean? He was sitting in his house and the police gunned him down because he had a little disagreement with his wife, and they probably been
Right.
going through that a lot. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't judge if it was little or big,
Yeah.
but that's something. He wasn't prepared to die, and she wasn't trying to kill him, but she called men with guns to come handle a situation
Yeah.
for her.
Oh, she lost it too, man. She went hysterical. I think they might have took the original video down, but she went. I wish I could find the real time one, cause it happened so fast, man. I mean, it happened fast, man, and it really wasn't a lot that.
And you
Oh,
don't
okay. I think I
control.
found it.
You
I
don't
think I just
control
found it.
the escalation of the situation. Um,
Yeah, you really don't, and it could go down so fast that, and then you can't get it back. You know what I'm saying? That's the tough part. You can't.
well, I
There's
know
no
I
instant
wasn't gonna do
replay.
nothing to her. I know I wasn't gonna do nothing with the gun. You're thinking about that in your head, but a lot of people was playing with the gun, and something happened. So
Let me see if this the real time.
Teenagers report in their call into 911, they said they get arguing like this and it escalates and get out of hand and I need help. So you can listen to that call in the link in the description. Let's listen into what happens when they show up. It happens quick.
Yeah, this the real time.
He's trying to hit me.
he got scared now.
Sir?
Don't come here, boss.
Wait,
Don't go.
You got an AR. 7923 998. I got 1 mil.
Dude, did you see how fast he pulled that, man?
I mean, dude, this
I
life
don't even
just
think
ended.
people realize how fast it was. Like, man, that's like blazing fast, bro. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
Just
trained.
that quick.
He trained for
Yeah.
that. I mean, he didn't even have his gun out. He just drawed it like that quick
Yeah.
on him because he sensed danger. You know what I mean? And they say, well, the police shouldn't be like walking around that scary, thinking they're gonna die all the time. But that
People
man
that
was
was
in his house and he had a right to have a gun, but he just made a mistake that day and it cost him his life.
and if you don't know about guns, a shotgun at that close range is not gonna be pretty. Even accidentally getting shot with a shotgun that close, still not pretty. You're gonna lose something. You're gonna lose your life. You're gonna lose a limb. You're gonna bleed out. One of the three.
So
They
I mean,
said
that's
even
why
if you go ahead.
that's why I'm an advocate of like fighting. You can make a mistake and people can go home. When
Yeah,
people get guns,
man.
the margin of error is like zero. Like if you make a mistake,
Yeah.
you can lose your life. So that police officer couldn't like talk to him like, hey man, we can't. It ain't the movies where we can talk with guns pointed at each other. We're not doing it. You move your
I'm
hands.
going
in
home.
there,
He said, I'm going home. I'm going home to my family.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
that's just what when it's dangerous. Because a lot of people, oh man, I was just gonna shoot in the air. I was just trying to scare them. Man, yeah. Some people scared. So if you got a gun, they know you got a gun, and you reach in your trunk, you reach in the glove
No,
box.
he had the shotgun in his hand.
No,
The
I mean I'm just
shotgun
talking
was
about in the other situations when you're trying to play with guns or saying I'm just gonna shoot in the air, being at the club, shooting in the air, trying to scare somebody. Okay.
Yeah, like on what was it, Boys in the Hood when he had that Mac 10, he wasted a whole clip of bullets, man. Shooting in the air, man, when they was on Crenshaw.
Yep.
Just let that boy go. I was like, man, that's crazy. But yeah, guys, it's pretty great to get up out this thing. We just had to come talk about this, man, because it's been hot, man. That's crazy. I hope, she can resolve, she can move, and get the help she needs and resolve. To get past it. Diddy, I mean, he gonna be done. He gonna be done for a while.
But
I mean,
the thing is, people like, they settled out of court. This stuff can still be released. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if he don't face like charges, like the court of public opinion killed him. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
who knows?
See, what he banked
released
on was it just being allegations. That's probably what he banked on. Like,
I
if I
mean,
was
he
thinking like a
paid,
lawyer.
and he settled.
That's why he settled. Yeah, that's why he settled. It's just allegations. Nobody knows it's true. But now that this video came out, man, he's done. I mean, all the other stuff even started coming to fruition. Like, what are you not telling us now? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
If you did this, you would probably do that. And you did that at public.
Yeah.
So what would you do behind closed doors?
Man.
So,
yeah, for real.
Hey, be safe out here, y'all.
Yeah, be safe, y'all. We got to get up out this thing, man. Appreciate you for coming on too, Jay. And shout out to my cousin Rakaya, man. Thanks for coming on. Said her phone died, but we're going to definitely get you back on. So even if we got to meet you on Saturdays, we'll do that too. So, but yeah, y'all, we're finna get up out this thing, man. Appreciate everybody for coming, man, and letting us share this reaction with you. Let us know in the comments what you think. And we are getting ready to sign out.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
We are signing out.